If you've ever been in the gym and you've gotten the urge to just yell out a cuss word, I have that urge a lot and I'm not even in the gym, so I don't know what that means. Anyway, it might be beneficial to not hold back, go and cuss, because researchers have found that saying curse words during a workout can actually produce a boost of power. I get this boost of power even when I'm not working out and I say it. All right, sorry. The researchers found that cuss words boosted performance by 2 to 4%, and people could withstand pain more easily while spouting their favorite swear words. I'm telling you, they didn't even really need to do this story. They could have just simply asked me, and I would have said, yes, you're going to feel more powerful and strong. I mean,
Okay, so let me dive in. So let me tell you guys, and this, when I read this, I was like, oh my God, I knew I was genius. I knew it. So as most of you know, I'm on this healthy life journey now, and so I attend this boot camp class, and I swear to you, every day when my trainer Gabe, shout out to Gabe, every day when he have me about to throw up from agony, from the bottom of my stomach, I yell out a couple of words, and it gives me the strength to go into beast mode. Hey, it works. I promise you it works. I either yell out a word or I just scream from the bottom of my stomach, and it helps. So you know what?
Who needs a study? I don't even understand why they needed a study for this.
There was a neat study done in England, though. And in this study, there was a university that did this study, and it was pretty cool. They had all of these kids line up and put their hands in ice water, and they were able to say one word over and over and over. And the kids that were using the curse words over and over and over in their head, saying it, whatever, they were able to last 40 seconds longer in ice water.
Why is that? I don't understand.
But it's interesting. It's very interesting. And the reason that this happens is because your normal words are actually stored in the left hemisphere of your brain, and the expletives are the ones that are stored in the right hemisphere. I
don't
want to get into all of
it.
Yeah, me too. Right? but that's where they actually come from, because it actually produces a feeling, an emotion whenever you say a curse word, more so than a normal word. So it's over by the amygdala, whatever. The small little almond thing. Medical school days. Anyway, so it's over by that, and that's the reason, because it produces a fight or flight mode whenever you say a curse word.
Well, now
so
that
it actually produces a hormone that allows you to feel no pain.
Well,
so
they had that study that, like, if you stub your toe and you cuss, that it helps you go through the pain.
Yep, exactly.
Again, why are studies needed for this?
See, I'm hung up on the only 2 to 4%. More powerful. Yeah, I'm thinking that's not worth it for me to get in the gym.
By myself.
Even if I can scream expletives, it's not worth it for me to go.
All right, well, we teased this story before the break. It's a food that pregnant women are flocking to. They believe it helps to induce their labor. It is a pizza that's been nicknamed the Inducer. One mother's water broke as she ate the pizza. The other went into labor within hours. And most recently, new mom Henley Schmeidel tried it out for herself, saying she ate the pizza 7:30 at night, 11:30 at night, her water broke. It's from Hawthorne's New York Pizza and Bar in Uptown Charlotte, and it is made up of Hawthorne's special medium hot buffalo sauce with chicken and mozzarella cheese.
Sounds
so do we
delicious. So what's going to happen, though, if we're not pregnant and we eat this pizza?
Yes,
that's what worries me.
Maybe the tummy just, well, that's what Billy said. Now, there's only a pizza that would make you instantly lose 10 pounds. See, I wish it worked that way for those of us who aren't pregnant, because I'd be eating it constantly. I'd move to Charlotte. Are you kidding? I'd be like on Amazon. Daily. Can I order this pizza? Send it by drone. Pregnant women, though, have had foods. I remember my friend Chasey, when she was pregnant, I think she was trying to eat onions. Onions were like, that was
and pineapple. They say
onion. Yeah. Just like that?
That was supposedly one of the foods that worked. I don't know.
So last night I had pizza for dinner, and I love hot sauce, buffalo wing sauce on my pizza. And I know I'm a New Yorker, and I know I'm just like ruined everyone from New York. That just doesn't sound like a New York person. But no, it doesn't do anything to me. And I'm sorry, but I've had 3 kids, and I've done all of these things.
Nothing worked?
No, I never went into labor, ever, no matter what I did. So I don't buy it.
I just think, her eating a slice at 7:30 and going into labor at 11:30.
Coincidence?
It was just coincidence. We all know that, eating pizza can cause heartburn, and it can aggravate and agitate a few things, but to actually bust your water and put you into labor, lady bye.
I'm going to use a phrase from the Budweiser commercial. I don't remember which Super Bowl they debuted it in. It's only weird when it doesn't work.
Ah, that's cute.
Remember that one?
Cute.
You know, because sports people always have their superstitions. It's only weird when it doesn't.
It smells
True.
so
Very
good
true.
in here, y'all. If only y'all could smell this. Chef Kenny is ready to.
All right. Well, First Coast News is going to be looking into these tricks a little later. Going to verify some beliefs that certain foods can induce labor. So stay tuned this afternoon to see what they come up with. And coming up after the break, a live production to end social stigma. Janine is going to share the details on this event. We will be right back.
You've been hearing a lot about Everest lately, but you probably haven't heard this. We're now not-for-profit, which means we're driven by a different set of numbers. We're driven by the number of skills learned, the number of resumes written, spell-checked, and sent, the number of interviews, of doors opened, and happy phone calls received, and the number of places you can go from here. At Everest, our priority is making sure our graduates leave with the skills they need to launch careers. Begin your future by calling 1-866-333-1443.
But Jesus was so wise to allow me to be in a situation where I experienced that failure so that he could lift me up and show me that there is a power. There's a forgiveness, there's a power that can enable me to stand, but it's not my power anymore. He gets all of the glory.
Be sure to watch the Midnight Cry broadcast every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Hey, listen up. It's Coach Matt.
Every great team starts with a solid foundation, and your home is no different. After all, your home is your biggest investment. So if you've noticed cracked brick, uneven floors, or doors that stick, then you need to call Alpha Foundations. As your local foundation repair company, Alpha Foundations has repaired thousands of structures throughout North Florida and South Georgia. Our lifetime warranty provides you with peace of mind that your home will never shift or settle again. For a free estimate, call Alpha Foundations.
We are live with your top 10.
It's the show that's already changed so many lives. Tonight, the Wall is back for a special event, and one drop could change everything.
Come on, you gotta be kidding me!
The Wall only special event tonight on NBC.
Welcome back. The social stigma surrounding mental illness often keeps people who are suffering from mental health issues such as depression and anxiety isolated and alone. Now, Janine and her organization, Where's the Sunshine, are hoping to change that. They're presenting a live production called This Is My Brave, the show, later on this month. It shares the stories of locals living with mental health issues. Janine, I was so excited to hear about this, so let's just dive in. Tell us more about the program.
So This Is My Brave comes from the national organization, which is also called This Is My Brave. And what the founder did, her name's Jennifer Marshall, and she's a friend of mine. She's wonderful. She shared her story and said, what if other people share their stories too? What if they go out there and explain what it's like, but in a positive, uplifting way?
That's really brave.
And yeah, and so from that, it grew into a national production where people all over the country in LA, New York, DC, Chicago are producing these shows where empowering individuals who live locally with mental illness to come out and share their stories.
So this is actually, I mean, it's a show, but they're not actors. You take real people. So like if the show is here and I want to share my story, I can do that.
Yes.
Wow, that is really something.
So we have a cast of 10 people plus one special guest who is, I don't know if you're familiar with her. Her name's Ebony Payne. She's a wonderful spoken word artist.
She's been on the chat before.
And so I cast people in the community who I know work in mental illness. You know, they all live with mental illness, but they advocate for it. They're not afraid to share their story, or people who actually auditioned for it, and we have a great cast.
So was it hard in the beginning to get people to share their stories? Because mental health, you know, we talk about it being the last frontier because we're still in this country trying to deal with how do you deal with people who have mental health problems and issues. So was it hard to get these people to come forward and share these stories?
Honestly, no. They all know May is Mental Health Awareness Month, which is why I have green nails, because you go green for mental illness. And I asked them, and they were so happy to. When I did my TED Talk, I all the stuff that came after it has been so wonderful. I thought to myself too, why aren't more people sharing their stories? And so when I learned about This Is My Brave and the work that they do, I said, we have to do this here in Jacksonville. There's so many people here living with mental illness, and let them come out and share their stories. And so they're doing that, and they range from young to a little bit older, men, women, all over, all different mental health disorders, from schizoaffective disorder, depression, anxiety. I'm sharing my story as well. And so it's so empowering, and it's empowering for the audience too. It helps them decrease stigma, and it lets them go out into the world and share what they heard and know that these people are your next door neighbor. They're your kids' teachers. They're your friends, your mailman. They're everyone.
Is it a way of networking too? Because, you know, whenever you're in a room of people just like you, you're going to be able to find somebody that maybe you can talk to and, you know, maybe banter back and forth and get through it.
Well, one of the things Where's the Sunshine does, and we work with other nonprofits that are grassroots nonprofits like I Still Matter, Mind Over Music, NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, because we're a peer support network. And so we go out and we work with people who are like us, and we provide peer-to-peer support. And this is a great way for individuals in Jacksonville to come out if they live with a mental health disorder, to meet people who are just like them. And after the show, we'll go out into the audience and we'll meet the people.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So the audience actually gets to meet with these people and everything. So, I mean, I imagine that the reaction you get, that they've gotten from this show around the country, has been tremendous.
It has been huge. People love it. And the other thing is that once the show is done, it's broadcast on YouTube. So there are all different cities that you can go on YouTube and look at the This Is My Brave channel and watch their videos from all different cities and see people who live with schizophrenia, people who live with psychosis, that kind of stuff.
So what are you guys hoping to get from, what are you hoping the end result is for this?
I want to raise awareness. I want people in our city to know that if you live with a mental health disorder, that you're just an ordinary, everyday person, just like the audience members.
I can imagine that it's helpful, though, for people to be able to share their story with somebody. Is that, you know, is that helpful, like just therapeutic for yourself to be able to share that story? You know, because most people keep it close to their vest and they don't want to share that, and they live in that turmoil and agony of not being able to share.
And there are a lot of people who do, and we're respectful of that, because a lot of people aren't ready because they fear that they'll lose their job. They fear that people will look down on them, their family members, the people, their neighbors, their community. But the people who are in the show are empowered. They feel ready to go out and just share their story with the world and speak openly.
What a unique, tremendous production. It really is. Have you picked the people in Jacksonville already?
Yes.
Okay, so that is done, but everyone is welcome. You know, it's very interesting because one of my friends, her daughter is just graduating from college, 20 years old. She's traveled the world alone. All of a sudden had a mental health issue. And my friend struggles like, why did this happen? Where did this come from? How and everything? And I think that's a big thing for people to understand, that it can happen at any age to any type of person at any moment.
Doesn't matter the size of your bank account or what kind of car you drive.
So it's great to get that word out.
Yeah, one of the things that last night I did a webisode. Basically, it was like a panel of a bunch of us online. And I talk about how it can come out of nowhere. And for me, you know, I was the person who was working full time. I have a husband, I have 3 kids, I have a house. What do you have to be depressed about? That's what some people said to me. And the reality is, you can't control it. It just happens. And so that's part of what mental illness does. It comes out of nowhere. You can have a wonderful life traveling the globe, and all of a sudden, it hits you.
It changes. Wow, what a tremendous production. And it just to raise awareness is so important, because we are struggling with this issue in this country.
Yes,
and
we are.
I think we're struggling with understanding it first and foremost, before then we try and solve anything. So thank you so much, Janine. If you want to see the live production of This Is My Brave, the show, it happens on Saturday, May 20th, 7:30 at Friday Music Hall in Riverside. For tickets, visit 904tix.com. Up next, it's Mother's Day week. And if you don't want to stand in the long lines this weekend for brunch, well, consider creating your own spread at home. Our next guest will give us some tips on how to plan the perfect brunch, and that happens when we come back.